I don't speak any Greek, but I am Greek. He was like 4 or 5 generations American, and the Greek thing inside was so strong. Ever Greeks can die.
You're Greek, I'm Greek, let's be friends now. Just because you create a topic of conversation, you create something that unites us.
My name is Chris Cipriano, and we are at 899 Pape Avenue. That's the Greek community. It's a Pape and Danforth that a lot of Greeks live around here.
My name is Konstantinos Kasekas, born in Toronto. I am currently a member of the Greek community of Toronto.
We are on the Alexander Square, which is the heart of the Greek town in Toronto.
My name is Tony Patakis. We're at Bezos Restaurant. We are on Danforth Avenue, which is the Greek town of Toronto.
I was raised in Greece and I moved to Canada at the age of 14. So I'm in that peculiar situation where I've lived half of my life as a child in Greece and then my teenage adulthood in Canada. So I'm a hybrid, but I say that I have the best of both worlds.
I'm the owner's son. My dad, uncle, and aunt came in 1994 and decided to open the bakery. From what you see here, it was only a quarter of the whole shop. And over the years, we've slowly been able to expand and luckily opened this big store.
Εμείς είμαστε στην Ελασσόνα, Γαλανόβρης. Μεγάλωσαν τα παιδιά μου εκεί πέρα, δεν μπορούσαν να τα σπουδάσουν τα παιδιά. Δεν είχαμε λεφτά, είχαμε πρώτα, καπνά. Άνοιξαν μετά ένα μικρό μαγαζάκι. Αυτό εδώ, πολύ μικρό. Σιγά σιγά όμως με τη δουλειά τους δούλεψαν σκληρά πάρα πολύ. Μεγάλωσαν το μαγαζί, είναι δικό τους το μαγαζί τώρα αυτό. Και τώρα έρχονται τα εγγόνια μου. Έχω 8 εγγόνια.
Once I finished the army back in the late 70s, I decided to look somewhere else. So Canada was my first destination and I never been disappointed.
Greeks have been a part of the Toronto culture since the late 1800s. We started in the restaurant business, as many know, for many generations, have been a major force of the hospitality industry ever since.
My grandparents were here in the early 70s. They all worked in kind of the hospitality, warehouse industry, manufacturing. My family at least split between migrating to Montreal first, and then I think Toronto became a more viable option.
My parents are from Castellia, and I was born here and raised here. I've been on the Danforth for 33 years. I have an office just up there, Skyway Tours. The last 4 years I've opened a Greek restaurant on Coxwell, Skata restaurant.
I came to Toronto in 2009. Before that I studied history in Greece at the Ionian University in Corfu. And it is only after I came to Toronto that I realized there was this important gap in our knowledge and generally the public history of Greeks in Canada.
I was born in Toronto. I left Toronto when my parents left. My father was actually with the Greek community of Toronto in the 70s and 80s, but he moved back with my family in 1991. I went to high school in Greece with my brothers and then returned in 95 to go to university. It was supposed to be a temporary 3-4 year status stay here, and I've been here ever since.
The Greek Canadian community is a very vibrant community. It comes from different generations. We have Greeks who are 3rd and 4th generation, and we have Greeks that are the immigrants themselves, like myself. The beauty of Canada is Canada allows you to be who you are. Canada is considered a multicultural nation because you're first Greek and then Canadian.
Ευχαριστούμε και τους Έλληνες όλους. Ευχαριστούμε τους ξένους όλους. Το μαγαζί είναι γεμάτο. Προτιμούν τα παιδιά μου. Ένα μεγάλο ευχαριστώ σε όλο τον κόσμο.
I'm here since 1980. At the beginning it was very hard. Today we're doing the dry cleaning business. With those hands we bought the building. We're doing okay.
All the first generations came here The most of the people, they didn't have any special education or anything. They came as workers, plain workers, without English. They ended up working in restaurants, and they opened restaurants.
In terms of discrimination that Greeks faced, I think that this was a phenomenon more of a previous time. My father came here in the 60s. In the 1980s, he established a business. He succeeded with my mother in raising a family. And so overall, I think that if we look at the experience that they had as immigrants from Greece, it was a success story.
We came in multiple waves. We came in the late 1800s to the early 1900s. Then there was a further wave during and in between World War I and II. Then another wave in the 50s, 60s, and 70s as the Greeks attempted to leave Greece in pursuit for freedom. Because as many people know, in Greece then we had a military dictatorship, a junta, and as they all tried to escape for freedom, everyone came to North America.
There's the reputation of 1918. When the first immigration came in Canada, not everything was perfect. Actually, there were riots. And we did a whole theme on the anti-Greek riots, where the local communities actually went against the Greeks, destroyed the restaurants and their stores, saying, you took our jobs. But that was over 100 years ago. Things have changed. And as I said, Canada is a place where communities flourish. Now, Greek community is one of the most vibrant communities. We're very loud and proud, I like to say. So everywhere we go, we talk about our culture, the islands, the history. So because we're so loud and vibrant about it, people have embraced it.
Those days, my sister used to live here, and it was much easier for me to come here and every other Greek and Cypriot and every other immigrant. Things were much easier, so I came here. I studied at George Brown College.
We have seen quite a resurgence of Hellenic pride in our generation. First, second, third generation of Greeks here in Toronto. There was definitely a phase, probably up until about just before COVID. You could see almost a depression of the Greek culture within the Greeks in Toronto. And since COVID, we've seen a huge, huge resurgence. We see them in the different communities. We now have kids. There are dance groups here with 5, 6, 7, 800 children.
In the community, we have a Greek school, Greek churches. We all join together as a community to try to promote Greece as a whole.
We try to keep our Greekness here. We have still the Danforth here. It's previous years was a little bit better, but it has changed. The last, I would say, 8 to 10 years, it's changed.
Danforth those days was the real Danforth. A lot of Greeks, a lot of entertainment on the Danforth. Very few outsiders, let's say other nationalities. Most of the stores used to be owned by Greek people, but the last 15 to 20 years, things changed very much.
So I think there's just not a single community anymore. So the community has grown and the population has spread around the city.
The impact that we've left historically on this street, Greeks came as immigrants, made a success. We have great foot traffic. We are welcoming. We are safe.
Toronto's always been more multicultural. So growing up, I had friends from all over the world. You know, I had friends who were immigrants, other friends who were first and second generation Canadians. It was much more diverse, I would say, in Toronto than I think in some of the other Greek diaspora.
We want to help each other. We have a shared heritage, and we say, oh, you're Greek, come join us in this association. Helping can be guiding you where you should go. Helping can also be with a job. So there's different ways of helping, but I think especially my generation has moved to a different direction. And yes, we're here to help each other.
The Greek community has expanded because Canada is such a multicultural place that we have more than just Greeks coming into our store. It started as just Greeks, but now it's become a more national.
No. I don't know if we're growing, but we're not dying. No. Behind every Greek is coming his background, his history. It's so long, it's not easy to die.
We can never agree to how many Greeks are in Toronto or the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, but we can certainly agree that the more people engage with their background and their identity, the more creative they are in ways that are relevant to more than what was considered now the older generation of people in the 50s, from the 50s and 60s, who came to Toronto. There's also a very important vibe, interesting among certain groups of people who are doing very innovative things in culture, music, the arts.
The Danforth here, Greektown, plays a huge role in it. Culturally, this still is geographically the largest Greek town in North America. It still is, I would say, a jewel for Hellenicism within North America.
Danforth was quite vibrant, I think, in the 60s, 70s, even the parts of the 80s. But for us, I mean, I've always associated a bit more with Scarborough.
Greeks have moved from all across. I feel like when I was younger, there was more Greeks in the East York area where Sereno is now. But now as Toronto becomes bigger and bigger, I feel like it's gone outside. So more Scarborough, more on the West End.
It was very easy for me. I grew up in the 1980s. I attended Greek school. I participated in Greek theater, Greek dance. And even right now, the community has evolved, but it's vibrant, it's varied. We still have Greek theater productions that we can attend. We have Greek musicians who come and visit. We have Greek historians and political scientists who visit our universities and present on their research. So maintaining that connection to Hellenism in whatever way Greek Canadian wants is very easy in Toronto.
There's different things going on. There's the Greek International Film Festival, the Toronto Economic Forum, and there's the big gala of the Hellenic Heritage Foundation that is held every June typically and has, in the last couple of years, more than 1,000 people.
What I do, a lawyer by day and a radio host by night. My show is the Doralicia Show. It's a staple in the Greek Canadian community across our nation. And as I say, it's not my show, it's our show. It's a community show, we give a voice, and we cover anything that has a flavor of Greece.
In Greektown, twice a year, we have the two big parades for ourselves, which is Prostipem Martiu and the 28th of October. We shut down the street for about a 4-kilometer stretch, and all the organizations and committees of all over Greece come together and we parade from one side of the street to the other to celebrate the day for what it really means to us as Greeks. And then those non-Greeks also come kind of experience the day and they get to feel and see what it means to us.
I hope it can stay. I hope the younger kids keep with the Greek stuff, and try to keep it going. It's a bit harder with the new generation. Like us, we kept it going. So let's see how the kids are going to do, the younger kids.
I was in Greece this year, and in many ways you could see the resurgence of that culture because at one point I turned around and there were many children from 5 to 15 years old on the dance floor dancing their Greek traditional dances, not one child from the local community. All of them were Greeks of the diaspora. If that doesn't reflect the resurgence of of the Hellenic culture abroad, I don't know what does.
One of the things that we're really looking to do is to get a sense for the variety of Greek Canadian experiences, that we aren't just one group with a singular narrative, but again, we have varied histories that we need to highlight as best we can.
We're able to kind of keep your culture and your identity in Toronto is key if you were part of the diaspora. The opportunities that are available in Toronto, I think, are bar none to most international cities. Opportunities are in front of you. You just got to kind of get here and give it a try.
I want to highlight by being Greek Canadian, and we have two identities that merge together. Because of that association of these two, we're able to showcase to the world, not just Canadians, but to the world what we do. So I think it's very important to thank Canada for allowing us to be who we are and create the new generation of the Greek immigrant experience.
Στην Ελλάδα έχω μία αδερφή και έναν αδελφό, την Άκια.